umaalma na yung mga business groups sa Pilipinas at syempre sa buong mundo, ano. Kagaya nito,
Pero parang mas nakakatakot to sa COVID kasi nakakalabas sa mga tao. And at the same time, if prices go too high and food costs will go up also, ang mga mamamayan, yung mga normal Filipino, maiipit sila Nakita na natin yan, no? So I don't even know nga kung if we want to sa private sector medyo nag-work from home na So may konting mga ganung moves na unti-unti. But the thing is, tatamaan pati retail. So walang lalabas, walang gagasto. So that would slow down our economy as a whole. So I think we need to take more aggressive action na talagang people are saying kasi do not ring the alarm bells but I think we should na immediately at the very least all companies should really take active measures on what is the basic. At the same time, yung medyo semi-worst case scenario, ano yung mangyayari? I think after Holy Week, that's going to be a big week, no? Kung yung negotiations between US and Iran, kung mag-back down talaga, then we're going to see a very long economic recession that might happen.
okay. Well, kinumpare dito yung COVID, pero few differences like nung panahon kasi ng COVID, si Tatay Digo ang presidente. And everybody was helping each other. Alam mo yung makabayan, yung humanitarian, kumbaga, tulong-tulong. Alam mo yung mga nagbibigay ng mga ayuda, hindi lang yung gobyerno, kundi pati yung mga pribadong mga tao. In fact, yung pagbibigay ng mga mask, face mask, mga ganun, mga libre, mga ganun. Ang daming nagtutulungan. Kasi, ganun kasi yung yung leadership, kumbaga, tuloy yung infrastructures, yung mga proyekto, tapos yung tulong talaga na nanggagaling sa gobyerno. That's the different thing. Ngayon, parang, amidst this crisis, parang kanya-kanya ng trabaho, kanya-kanya ng estilo, kanya-kanya ng mga, like nakita ninyo, may nakawan na ng gasolina dyan sa gasolinahan. Yung mga gobyerno, kanya-kanya rin sila ng kumbaga hindi, because there is no respect sa leader. Wala yung tulungan na makabayan, Pilipino, kagaya ng COVID. Take note, wala pa tong lockdown. Paano na kapag may lockdown? Yun ang problema. But anyway, itong panawagan ng mga business people sa Pilipinas, don't worry. Kasi mukhang tila baga itong si Trump. Lumalabas na nagpapakita siya ng senyalis na siya ay defeated. Defeated siya. In fact, may panawagan din ang Pope, Pope Leo, na sana matapos na ito. Pero huwag kayong mag-alala kasi nakikita ko dito ang senyalis na defeated na talaga si Trump. He's just trying to find graceful exit.
I'm told that President Trump recently stated that he would like to end the war. Hopefully he's looking for an off-ramp. Hopefully he's looking for a way to decrease the amount of violence, of bombing, which would be a significant contribution to removing the hatred that's being created and that's increasing constantly in the Middle East and elsewhere. So I would certainly continue to give this call to all leaders of the world to say, come back to the table for dialogue. Let's look for solutions to problems. Let's look for ways to reduce the amount of violence that we're promoting. And the peace, especially at Easter, might reign in our hearts. Posso fare anche questa sera un nuovo.
So, huwag kayong mag-alala kasi lumalabas na ang mga senyalis na talo na si Trump dito sa kanyang kampanya na ito. Balikan natin kung paano ba ito nag-umpisa, At titingnan natin kung sino yung panalo dito. Una, nung kapapanalo niya, naglunsad siya ng tariff war. Ayan. So, syempre, everybody nagpanic. Mga mundo, nagpanic yan sila kasi syempre, grabe yung mga impose na tariff kasi syempre, ang currency dyan is dollar. So, malakas si Trump. Kumbaga, nakita niyo, yes, malakas ako. Nakiki-negotiate sila sa akin. Everybody was negotiating with me. Parang ganun. So, siya yung talagang alpha dito. Tapos, dumaan yung, mga buwan, taon. Ito naman ang kanyang ginawa. Kinidnap naman yung president ng Venezuela, si Maduro.
Long walk to face the wrath of American justice for Nicolas Maduro and his wife Celia. Dressed in matching tan prison uniforms, they're led in handcuffs from a chopper, headed to their first court appearance, surrounded by heavily armed.
So dito naipakita ni President Trump na ang kanyang might, ang kanyang force, ang kanyang lakas bilang presidente ng Amerika. So, tagumpay siya dito kasi medyo nagimbal yung mga iba't ibang countries kasi natatakot sila baka sila ay susunod. Kumbaga makikita mo dito yung yung executing of might, force na ako yung pinakamalakas, ganun. Taliwas doon sa kanyang kampanya nung na siya ay nangangampanya pa lang na peaceful leader ang isang Trump. Pero kabaliktaran. Ngayon, hindi siya nakontento. After niya ginawa sa Venezuela ito, naglunsad ng gera laban sa Iran kasama ang Israel.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime, Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
Ayan. So, ito po ay nangangamoy or parang tila baga ito yung parang yung sinabi nila dati na merong weapons of mass destruction ang Iraq noon. Diba? Ginera din nila yung Iraq noon. So, ganun naman yung dito ang premise dito na merong nuclear or missile destruction threat ang Iran. Pero kung iisipin nyo, bakit hindi nila gawin sa North Korea, di ba? Kita nyo yung North Korea talagang, rekta na inamin nila na meron silang nuclear at dinidemonstrate pa nila dyan sa peninsula ng North and South Korea. O bakit hindi niya sugurin yun? So talaga may something dito sa Iran kung bakit ginawa nila sa Iran. So ito yung paglulunsad ng war against Iran, dito parang alam mo yung uumpisan ko to, ipapakita ko yung lakas ko. Kumbaga, mag-isa niya, although kasama niya yung Israel, mag-isa niya na sumugod sa isang lugar. Tandaan nyo, mag-isa niyang sumugod sa isang lugar, hindi naman niya biniting yung NATO countries or other ally countries, basta this is his sole decision to do it. Kumbaga, siya lang ang responsible dyan. So, ang next na pangyayari, ang sabi niya, panalo na kami. Sabi niya, panalo na tayo dito.
And as we take decisive action to stop the threat posed by the terrorist regime in Iran with Operation Epic Fury.
Proud. Epic Fury! Panalo na raw
Is that a great name? Well, it's only good if you win. You can only do. And we've won. Let me tell you, we've won.
Baka Epstein Fury or Epic Epstein.
You never like to say too early you won. We won. We won the bet. In the first hour, it was over.
In the first hour, it was
We
over.
don't leave early, do we? We can finish. The first hour, it was over. We don't want to leave early, do we?
We got to finish the job, right?
We don't wanna leave early. Panalo na raw sila. Second week or second day, panalo raw. Oh. Pero, parang hindi yun yung nangyayari. Kasi yung retaliation ng Iran ay mas matindi. Kumbaga na overwhelmed din yung military capabilities ng Iran, ng Israel at ng US, na overwhelmed din sila. Hindi nila kinaya yung dami ng missiles at drones ng Iran, na overwhelmed. Hindi rin niya kayang pabuksan yung Strait of Hormuz. Ngayon, anong ginawa niyang sumunod?
In full force over the past few days. They have been literally obliterated.
Sabi niya obliterated daw yung Iran. Pero anong ginawa niyang sumunod? Nanawagan siya sa mga ibang bansa, sa mga allies na tulungan siya.
And they will actually, numbers in a pretty short period of time, numbers that they've never been able to do, we'll be doing. There's a lot of oil under that land. We strongly encourage the other nations to get involved with us and get involved quickly and with great enthusiasm. I have that from a number of them, and I'd like to say their names, but frankly, I don't know if they would want me to or not, because maybe they don't want to be targeted. But I say, wouldn't matter if you're targeted or not, because this is a paper tiger that we're dealing with now. It wasn't a paper tiger 2 weeks ago. It's a paper tiger now. Powerful.
Di ba? Nanghihingi ng tulong ang pinaka-powerful na bansa sa buong mundo. Ngayon, ano yung response ng mga
The president is very dismayed with American allies. He's putting a lot of pressure on them. He wants help from them when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran essentially has at a standstill to oil traffic going through there. Oil traffic that doesn't really pertain to the U.S., but it does, because that's how oil is priced. It's a global pricing system, obviously, and it's affecting the U.S.
Okay, so nakita ninyo yung flow nito. Naglunsad siya ng gera kontra Iran. Sabi niya, panalo na siya at kayang-kaya niya kahit walang tulong ang ibang mga bansa. Ngayon, nung nakita niya na ang lakas pala ng Iran, mukhang ang hirap nitong talunin, ang dami nilang mga missiles, ang dami nilang mga drones, mukhang hindi kakayanin. O anong sabi niya? Hindi niya ma-open yung Strait of Hormuz eh. Anong sabi niya? Oy, kayong mga kasamahan dyan, tumulong kayo. O anong response ng mga kasamahan niya? Ayaw nila. Kasi ayaw nila ng gera. Unang-una, sabi ko nga, naglunsad siya sa sarili ng desisyon ng gera. Ngayon, medyo alanganin na siya, saka siya tatawag ng backup. Unang-una, siya lang ang nag-decide nun eh. Kung sana nung una, nagpatawag siya ng meeting with the allies, pwede pa siguro tutulong yung mga yon, kasi it involved the decision not only him but US and the allies. So mag-isa lang niya gumawa. Ngayon medyo nadidiha doon siya, nanghihingi siya ng tulong. Hindi siya tinulungan. Bakit? Siyempre apektado yung ekonomiya natin. Sinong tanga ang tutulong sa ganyan? We're going into a world war pag tumulong sila. So anong sabi niya? Dahil hindi siya tinulungan, anong sabi niya? Sabi niya naman niya, ang Iran nagmamakaawa. Ang Iran is asking for talk or peace talks at may deal pa daw.
So we set the record straight, because I've been watching the Wall Street Journal's fake news and all these stories that get printed like, oh, I want to make a deal. They are begging to make a deal, not me.
They are begging.
They're begging to make a deal. And anybody that saw what was happening over there would understand why they want to make a deal. But they say, oh, we're not talking to them. Anybody would know that. And only a total fool. And they're not fools. They're very smart, actually, in a certain way.
So ano yung sagot ng Iran? Fake news. Fake news yan. Hindi totoo. Ayaw namin ng usapan. Kasi bago naglunsad ng gera ang US at Israel, di ba may talks pa sila? Meron silang bilateral talks. US at Iran. Pero anong ginawa? Traidor ang US. Bigla nilang ginira. So, anong sabi ng Iran? Ayaw namin ng talks. So, na-debunk or in-expose ng Iran si Trump na gumagawa siya ng sarili niyang istorya na meron daw pag-uusap na mangyayari or nangyari when in fact wala naman. So nakikita niyo yung unti-unting pag-decline dito ng katapangan ni Trump na alam mo yun kasi nakakahiya kasi on his part naglunsad siya ng giyera pero mag-isa niya walang bumakap sa kanya. Nakita niya may kumbaga kung dalawa lang sila ng Israel, biruin nyo dalawa sila ng Israel, mag-isa lang ng Iran. Pero nagpapakita na siya ng kahinaan at this point in time. Ito yung mga sinyales na patalo na siya. Pabagsak na ang kanyang, dito yung kanyang spirit of war. Kasi nakita nyo, paiba-iba yung kanyang sinabi. Meron daw talks. Sabi niya, kaya niya, pero humingi ng tulong. Nung hindi sabi niya disappointed ako sa inyo. Tapos nung binasag ng Iran na sabi walang talks naman talaga nangyayari, ayaw namin ng talks. Anong sabi ni Trump? Magpapadala ako ng soldiers diyan.
More American troops, we're learning tonight, are heading to the Middle East to join the war with Iran. More than 1,000 from the 82nd Airborne Division. Two sources familiar with the matter tell NBC News. They will soon deploy to the Gulf. This as President Trump just tonight appeared to be already declaring victory.
This war has been won.
At the exact time he was speaking, we filmed this. An Iranian cluster bomb exploding over Tel Aviv.
We're actually talking to the right
Sabi niya magpapadala siya ng mga sundalo. At the same time, binomba ng Iran yung Israel. Alam niyo, ang response ng Iran dito, anong sabi? Nag-aantay kami. Kasi magpapadala ng 82nd Airborne ng mga soldiers sa Iran, sa Gulf. Anong sabi ng Iran? We are waiting. Papakain lang namin yan sa mga pating. Nakakatawa. Alam mo yun, parang na siya, delusional na siya na nanalo daw siya o nananalo na daw siya. Kumbaga, akala niya siguro matatakot yung Iran na magpapadala siya ng Kasi kung nung sinasabi niya, panalo. Kayang-kaya namin yan. Obliterated na sila. Tapos, nung hindi siya tinulungan, sabi niya, magpapadala daw siya ng mga sundalo. Sabi ng Iran, sige, nag-aantay kami, pakain namin yan sa pating. Ngayon, ano yung sabi niya? Dahil lagi siyang nababasag o binabasag ng Iran, ano sabi niya? Aalis na po kami, magtatapos na itong giyera na ito.
I think with 2 or 3 weeks, we'll leave because there's no reason for us to do.
Aalis daw pero meron pa siyang mga delusional na mga statements
This was a meeting set up very proudly by us, having to do with voter integrity. And
What is the plan to bring them back down?
all I have to do is leave Iran, and we'll be doing that very soon. And they'll become tumbling.
Leave daw pero
And stock prices were up today almost to a record because they know 2 things. Number one, we have a safe country. We had to take a little detour because we had a madman named Khomeini who sadly is no longer with us. And we had regime change already. We've knocked out one regime.
may regime change daw pero hindi naman nila kontrolado yung Iran. Grabe yung delusional nito
Then we knocked out the second regime. Now we have a group of people that are very different. They're much more reasonable. I think
Very different daw yung mga people sa Iran. Hindi Bakit ka tuloy pa rin sila sa pag-retaliate sa inyo?
much less radicalized. We have had regime change. We're dealing with people that are much more rational, that people pour in and destroy our country. So I have many powers, but I would say that within 2 weeks, maybe 3, we're hitting them very hard. Last night we knocked out tremendous amounts of missile-making facilities. As you probably read or wrote, we knocked out. Excuse me.
Pardon me for interrupting. The U.S. will be gone or done with the war?
I think with 2 or 3 weeks. We'll leave, and
We'll leave.
clearly covered. We're negotiating with them right now.
Negotiating.
They've been, again, we have had regime change. Now, regime change was not one of the things I had as a goal. I had one goal. They will have no nuclear weapon. And that goal has been attained. They will not have...
Wow, alam mo yun? Paano mo nasabi na na-attain na yung goal nyo na i-obliterate yung nuclear ng Iran? Ni hindi nga kayo nakapenetrate eh. Ni hindi nyo nga napa-open yung Strait of Hormuz pa lang, hindi nyo na kaya nang i-open. Gamit-gamit yung mga US carriers ninyo. Tapos sasabihin mo na-achieve na yung goal nyo sa nuclear na yan.
Nuclear weapons. We're finishing the job, and I think within maybe 2 weeks, maybe a couple of days longer to do the job. But we want to knock out every single thing they have. Now, it's possible that we'll make a deal before that, because we'll hit bridges, and we've hit some. We'll hit some bridges. We've got a couple of nice bridges in mind. But if they come to the table, that'll be good. But it doesn't matter whether they come or not. We've set them back. It'll take 15 to 20 years for them to rebuild what we've done to them. It's a big issue. The fact that they're...
Sabi niya, ubus na daw yung mga bala nila. Eh kung ubus, di wala na open na sana yung Strait of Hormuz. So basically, si Trump dito ay, anong sabi niya pala? Sabi niya doon sa mga allies, kumuha na kayo ng inyong mga oil doon. Bahala na kayo.
Well, Donald Trump had earlier used social media to once again attack the UK and other countries for not taking part in strikes against Iran, saying they should be learning to fight for themselves and go get your own oil from the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has effectively closed a narrow waterway, which is a vital trading route for oil, gas.
So para siyang bata na nung umpisa tigasin, no? Nag-umpisa siya ng gulo. Tapos, kumbaga meron siyang biduli-buli na isang bata din. Tapos, nung nakita niya na medyo patalo na siya kasi medyo tumayo yung batang biduli niya. Tumayo. Lalabanan na siya. Sabi niya, uy, tulungan niya ako. Eh, hindi siya tinulungan. Ano sabi niya? Oh, bahala na kayo sa buhay niyo, hindi ko kayo tutulungan. In the first place, kailan ba tumulong ang US dyan sa mga allies na yan? Siya naman lagi ang may interest dyan. Biruin ninyo, meron siyang mga allied countries. Anong ginawa niya nung nag-tariff imposition siya? Dinamay niya yung mga allies. Saan ka nakita ng ganun? Hindi, di ba kung meron siyang tinuturing na kalaban, di dapat yung kalaban lang. So ngayon dito, pinoportray niya na, oy, wala kayong utang na loob, tinulungan ko kayo, tapos hindi niyo ako tutulungan. So, nung nakita niya na hindi na siya tinutulungan, nagmamaktol na siya. O, bahala na kayo, kumuha kayo ng sarili niyong oil. Bahala na kayo dyan. When in fact, ang katotohanan niyan, naghahanap lang siya ng graceful exit kasi nakakahiya on his part na parang ang kanyang grandeur effect in the first day. Eto, matikas ako, matapang ako. And of course, using Siyempre, ito yung mga talagang laging ginagamit, no? Traditional, historical na ginagamit yung magsagawa ka o maglunsad ka ng mga rallies na kasi may mga rallyista daw na nagpapasalamat kay Trump. Para naman hindi masyadong halata na talunan si Trump. Nasasabihin, oy, thank you Trump, ginawa mo ito. Magkano kaya ang binayad dito? Magkano budget kaya dito? Salamat daw sa distraction sa Iran. Eh bakit ka sumusuko? Bakit ka alis? 2 to 3 weeks tapos na? Sabihin mo kung ano ng mga sinasabi para hindi halata na ikaw ay talunan. But, alright, on the positive side, maganda po ito. Kasi sa wakas, he is now coming to his senses na mali itong kanyang ginawa. Kasi, syempre, sino may gusto ng gulo? Gusto pa niyang sumali yung mga ibang bansa sa gulo na ito. Kaya tama lang, ito na-expose. Trump was exposed na isa siyang mahina at talunan. Dinamay niya ang buong Amerika at ang buong mundo.